Welcome to the Goodfirms Podcast, Conversations That Matter. I'm your host, James, and today we're tackling the AI anxiety that every business leader is feeling. To help us navigate the hype, we have Sharvin Shah, the CEO of MTechZilla. Sharvin is a specialist in helping startups and SMEs find the shortest path to ROI without burning through their capital. Sharvin, great to have you here.
Thank you, James. Looking forward to the show.
Yeah, me too. So, Sharvin, let's jump straight into the current market state. You work with many startups at MTechZilla. And right now, what is the biggest mistake you see founders making when they rush to integrate AI into their business models?
The biggest mistake I see with the founders is trying to fine tune the custom AI model when they don't actually need to do that. They see competitors talking about AI, integrating AI, and feel that they must have something proprietary of their own. And here's what happens. A founder comes to us saying, we need to fine tune an AI model. And when they just really need to integrate a chat GPT or cloud uh, API with their good prompt engineer into their workflow, they're ready to spend like 50,000, 100K fine for fine tuning the model, while it could be easily done with $200 a month API subscription with proper prompt engineering, good embedding could solve their problem easily. The another mistake that I see very oftenly happening is using AI everywhere. They want every feature to be integrated with AI. That's really bad. You need to integrate AI into the problems or features that really matter or that really could be solved using AI. Not everything needs an AI. And this makes everything overcomplicated for the user and they often leave the application. For me, the key question that I always ask my customers is what specific business problem are you solving and how AI is going to be a solution for it or how AI is going to be a right solution for it. Often the answer I find is simpler and most business just need to use the existing AI tools smartly, not fine tune their own modules. Just use the APIs from the providers like ChatGPT and Cloud and Llama.
So that's a really refreshing take. So basically, don't build a power plant when you just need to plug into the grid. So for a small business owner who isn't a techie, how do you define AI as a service and why is it more accessible in 2026 than it was, for example, just 2 years ago?
Think of AI as a service like electricity. You don't need to build a power plant to run your business. You just need to plug it into the grid and pay for what you use. Similarly, AI as a service is like ready-made AI tools with simple integration. Instead of hiring team of data science, machine learning engineers and spending months building those AI tools from the scratch, you can easily use the providers and use their APIs for integrating the AI. To answer your second question, why it's accessible more, there are three reasons behind that. The first is the cost. 2 years ago, the running AI was really costly. Like it used to take like $5,000, $10,000 per month only on the infrastructure, but now it's like 20 to $200 per month subscription, and you can run AI infrastructure on your own premise. Second, ease of use. Most of the AI services now have their own UI. Some do have the some at some places you need to use API key, but 90% you have a UI and you can use that easily. The third is reliability. In 2023 or in 2022, AI used to hallucinate really bad, but now AI doesn't hallucinate. They are more reliable, they are more stable and more accurate when it comes to the answer. So I would say reliability is uh, in terms of production ready or production grade for the business application has been at the place where I think it can be used by everyone directly and SMEs more preferably. For an SME, this means you can automate customer support, generate content, analyze data, streamline any operations without massive upfront investment.
Yeah, so at Goodfirms, we often see companies struggling with the build versus buy dilemma. It's a high stakes decision. So, in what specific scenarios should a startup stick to the off the shelf tools like OpenAI or existing SaaS wrappers rather than build something custom?
I would say in most of the cases, a startup should stick to the off-shelf tools rather than building their own uh, their own AI model. But there are like four factors that I would consider that these are the things if you have, then you should stick to off-shelf tools. The first one is you're just validating the idea. You don't know if your idea will gain attraction, if it's really solving a problem, if it's a vitamin, it's a painkiller. You don't know that. If that's the situation, you should use the off-shelf tools like ChatGPT API, Cloud API, Llama API, or any open source AI model. You can use that, and 90% of the time it will solve the problem and keep the cost to minimum. Second thing is your use case is common. If you're building something that has been uh, developed by 2 or 5 or 10 other competitors, then your use case is common. You're not building something that has not been built. For example, if you're building a chatbot, Intercom has already done that. If you're doing AI content related work, Jasper has already done it. So there are a lot of other startups doing the same thing in most of the cases, and you have to just modify it to give the better answer. So in that case, do not go for the building your own infrastructure. Just use off the shelf tools. You lack expertise in AI expertise in house. Most people say no, we'll hire an agency that has AI expertise, but you still need to have a lot of funds to build that, because infrastructure is one cost, development is one cost, and then there's a maintenance cost. So I would say if you're lacking the AI expertise and you don't have the funds to build that, keep it minimum by using off the shelf tools. The fourth thing is if your volume of the data is low, don't go. There's no moat in that. Then you, you don't have data, you don't have that much amount of interactions to provide a better uh, model than what market has already built. So don't go for that. And the fifth, that the bonus I would say, is speed to market. If you need to launch in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no, it's not possible with custom AI model. You can build easily with the off-the-shelf tools, but not with the custom AI models. So in that case, go with the existing models and launch it faster.
So, if off the shelf is the starting point, when do we pivot? So, for example, what are the three green flags that indicate it's time for a company to stop paying for subscriptions and starting to build their own proprietary AI infrastructure?
Here are the three clear signals that I would look for if I have to, if it comes to building your own AI infrastructure. The first is when the cost becomes obvious. If you are paying for the AI subscription like $5,000 per month, and if you calculate your own infrastructure cost for next 6 to 12 months, and the cost of building that whole infrastructure comes around $60,000, and maintenance cost comes to $2,000, you will get a ROI in next 5 to 6 months. Then it's pretty obvious that in 6 months your infrastructure cost gets covered, and next 6 months is your margin period. So I would say that's the one thing. The second thing is if your differentiation depends upon AI performance, you need accurate answer. The customers are expect if AI is the core product of your core feature of your product, then you need to start implementing your own infrastructure to provide good responses. The third thing is compliance. If you're handling sensitive data which comes under HIPAA, GDPR, or any other financial compliance, then it is quite important that you start have building your own infrastructure. One bonus flag that I would add is if you have a proprietary data that creates a competitive advantage in that case, and you don't want to share that unique data set with anyone, any AI provider, in that case, yeah, you need to start building your own AI infrastructure.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's about cost and control. But let's talk about the long term game. How can an SME build a defensible AI product when everyone is using the same underlying foundational models?
This is a $1 million question everyone asks. Here's the reality: the AI model itself is never gonna be moat anymore. In 2023, 2022, it was a mode, but now in 2026, it's not a mode. Everyone has access to OpenAI, Cloud, Llama, open source AI models. So where does the defensibility lie? You have mode in 4 areas. The first is proprietary data and feedback loops. The AI should learn from your specific use case. Uh, just an example, okay, if you have a customer support chatbot, that's it needs to be trained on your customer interactions, and then it will outperform the generic one. The key is building a system that continuously learns from the interaction. We built an AI for a EV charging platform that gets better every day because it learns from the existing charging behavior patterns that competitors don't have access to. The second thing is domain specific workflow. If your AI is generic, it's not gonna work. It needs to be AI's. It needs to answer questions related to your domain. We built an AI system for a travel agency that doesn't just answer the question; it gets the availability, compares the prices across the system, handles the booking, handles the modifications, and manages the supplier relationship. That workflow integration is more, not the AI. AI is just the automation that we could do with this. The third is user interface and experience. I think most of the people underrate this thing. You need to have a simple app user interface, clear and one click. You do not have to have 5 clicks, 10 forms. No one is gonna do that. I myself as a developer, I wouldn't go for that application because it's too complicated, it's time taking, and it's not useful for me. And the fourth thing is speed and reliability at scale. When you're processing millions of requests or even thousands of requests, your architecture needs to be optimized for that. What people think is, yeah, I've built the app, now let's deploy. When they do all the marketing, all the proper supply of the application, but what they miss is having it optimized. You have to find the right balance between over optimization and under optimization. So you need to optimize it properly and keep it optimizing. So here's my uh, advice to summarize. Stop trying to build a moat around the AI model. Build your moat around the data you collect, the workflows you build, and the domain expertise you can give to your model. So that is what I think competitors cannot copy.
So let's get into the unsexy but vital side of things, the budget. Beyond the initial development costs, what are the ongoing costs of custom AI that most founders fail to put into their pitch decks? So, for example, maintenance, token optimization, or data pipelines.
So most founders, when doing the budgeting of their application, miss the maintenance or the ongoing cost. So what I've seen with the founders, they only calculate the development cost, and they miss out the maintenance and ongoing cost of the infrastructure. So there are few points that needs to be considered while building this AI infrastructure. One is inference cost at the scale. This is the biggest surprise. For example, a founder has a budget of $50,000 to build a AI feature into their existing application. They launch it, everything gets built up. The first one, it's $200, no problem. The AI bill is $200. The 12th month, it's like $8,000, and the founder is like, I was considering it would be $200, but they have to also consider the number of request rows. Uh, the infrastructure needs to be upscaled, and a lot of processing needs to happen. Total usage gets added up. So that's one thing that needs to be considered. Second is, with AI throwing so fast, the models are updated every 2 or 3 months now, even every week. Like OpenAI launches one model, Cloud launches another, Google launches third, and this tips on going. And if you are using any of the model, you need to update your AI infrastructure to support that, and that's something you need to plan. You need to always provide a better AI model, because your competitor might upgrade it and you might miss it out. The third thing is data infrastructure cost. Everyone focuses on AI model but forgets about the data pipeline. Your AI model is as good as the data you collect, data you clean it and label it and store it. Your vector store needs to be really very well maintained. So if you're not maintaining your vector store very well, that's a bit problem in getting the answer. So data infrastructure cost is the third one. The fourth and the most important that every founder or most founder forgets is monitoring and quality assurance. You cannot just deploy the AI and consider that, yeah, everything is gonna work very well, the AI model is gonna answer very well. No, you have to monitor what answer it is giving, at what point it is failing. You have to integrate the feedback loop, and using that, you can understand that, yeah, this is something you'll get very well at this part, and this is the part where you need to improve. And as the application grow, you need to expand your talent, you need to hire expertise, and you need to retain them. So the cost of that needs to be considered. So I just an it- just an example, if you are paying for a project 50 to 60 thousand dollars to get it built, you have to also consider that after a year it's gonna cost you 80k to 120k in a year to maintain it and build further features.
$120,000 in year one for a 50,000K project is a real wake up call. So, for a bootstrap startup, what is your number one tip for keeping the total cost of ownership low while still delivering a high end AI experience?
So if you're just starting your startup, or even if you're just integrating into your existing startup, my number one tip would be use prompt engineering even before going to fine tuning. 90% of the startups can solve the problem using a better prompt. What happens? They give one line prompt, two line prompt, and they think, no, my AI model is not answering better. I need to do fine tuning. I need to build a custom fine tuned AI model using that two line of prompt. It's not gonna work. You need to give it proper set of instructions, because prompt engineering is equal to the instructions that you give an AI model. So that is first thing. Second thing is, of course, prompt engineering won't save your cost, but uh, caching aggressively would. So I would say, if you have like 100 requests every 1 hour, and out of that 50 requests are repetitive, you could cache those on your infrastructure, and whenever the same request comes, you can just answer it, and uh, you'll be saving like 50% of the cost using the caching mechanism. Third thing is, optimize the token usage. Like, it feels good to say that, yeah, now cloud opus supports that token window, that token context window. OpenAI support that token context window, but the goal is not to use the complete window. The goal is to use as less as token you can, because these AI models charge based upon usage of the token, not on the API calls only. So you have to optimize the token usage. That would save you like 30% of the cost. The fourth thing is choosing the right model. Like, I remember a scenario back year ago. There was a client who came to us. They were using O3 for everything, OpenAI O3 model, and O3 was the best model from the OpenAI, but it was costliest model also. So we said, no, in your case, at 50% or 60%, and GPT-4o can also solve your problem. So we developed a logic so that it would decide that, does this query require OpenAI O3, or does this query require a GPT-4o? And we found that, yeah, 50% of the time or 60% of the time it's going to GPT-4o, and there was no need of O3 for all the queries. So you have to choose the right model. Rate limiting is important. Even though you're using authentication and authorization, there may be a chance that your application gets DDoS or any other kind of attack. So in that case, having a rate limiting, so that you don't get like $1 lakh of bill from OpenAI or other AI providers, it's important that you rate limit yourself. So these are the things, and integrating proper analytics from the day one would help a startup keep their cost of ownership lower.
Looking toward the horizon, I want to get your personal take on what's next. So, as the CEO of MTechZilla, what is the one AI bet you're making for the next 18 months that most people are ignoring?
Okay, the bet that I am meeting most people are ignoring is AI agents orchestrating multiple tools, not just AI agents answering the question. Everyone is right now focused on chatbots and content generation using AI. Of course, that's one specific use case, but now there's another use case that has come through recently. Mm, AI agents that not only work, but they do also suggest. Here's what I mean. We are building a system where AI doesn't just tell you what to do. It actually executes the task on multiple platforms. And AI that doesn't just analyze your customers' data and gives you insight, it segments the data, it drafts a personalized email, it schedules the campaign, it monitors the response, it adjusts the strategy based upon the results. Most companies are still thinking of AI assistant and betting on AI employees. The infrastructure is finally there. Recently, there was a open source project named OpenClaw that has been gaining attraction for this. They have made it possible to connect AI to 50 plus tools without writing any custom integration, and people are using it to do a lot of stuff that was earlier impossible. In 18 months, I think the winners would be the one not building chatbots, but the one who are automating their workflows using AI agents. For SME specifically, this is massive. Now a 10% company could worth like 30% company by having AI agents handling repetitive workflows, data entry, report generation, a lot of uh, customer follow-ups, invoice processing, and not just giving suggestion that yeah, you can do this, you can do that. So that is something that's really exciting me. Uh, or I would say that's something next 18 months holds everything for us. And that's where we are placing our bets at MTechZilla. We are using platforms like OpenClaw, N10, and others to build these agentic systems for our clients. And I think most people are still underestimating how these platforms will work and how fast they will become standard for everything.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave our audience with a clear directive. If our listeners take away only one piece of advice regarding AI investment today, what should it be?
One piece of advice that I will give is start small, prove value, then scale. Don't be the farm of AI until you see the real ROI. I see many founders treating AI like it's 2021, they're raising massive rounds and they want to build everything custom. They hire ML engineers, they hire AI engineers and create something of their, and they want to create something of their own revolutionary. That's a recipe for burning cash. Instead, here's what works. Pick one problem that can be solved for your business, just one. Implement it with off shell tools in 2 to 4 weeks. Measure the impact, measure how much time was saved, how much revenue was generated, how much cost was reduced for the customer. If it works, expand it. If it doesn't, pivot faster. AI isn't a strategy, it's a tool. Companies that are winning with AI aren't the one that are making biggest bet. They are the one making the smartest and most focused bet. Don't build AI because it's trendy. Build it because it solves a real problem and you can measure the ROI. Everything else is just expensive and experimentation. Start small, prove it works, then sell it with confidence.
That's all fantastic advice. So, to close things out, we're doing a Goodfirms rapid fire. These are quick, punchy questions. So, are you ready, Sharvin?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. OpenAI or Claude?
Claude,
Most overrated AI buzzword right now?
AI powered,
One task you personally offloaded to an AI agent this week?
creating reports.
Will AI eventually replace the junior developer role?
I think yes.
Controversial. Your favorite non-tech way to decompress?
Watching series,
Nice. Complete the sentence. MTechZilla is the best at.
developing AI softwares and AI agents.
Excellent, excellent. Sharvin, thank you for being so candid. This is exactly the kind of conversation that matters and exactly what our audience needs. For those watching, you can find Sharvin's work at ntechzilla.com and find more industry insights at goodfirms.co. Thanks for tuning in.